If you're looking for best practices for your bank or credit union, join us while we talk all things sales, marketing, and strategy for financial institutions. Let's make it happen with FiGrow Solutions.
Hi there, I'm Meredith Olmstead, CEO and founder of FiGrow Solutions. We are a digital marketing and sales consulting agency, and we work exclusively with credit unions and community banks. And I am here with Clare Fallon. Clare is our partner development manager from HubSpot. So she is a guest today on our podcast. Say hi, Clare.
Hi, Meredith. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
We are so excited to have you. So Clare is joining us today because we wanted to talk about all things AI and HubSpot. And we wanted to talk about, because HubSpot is always so kind of ahead of the game when it comes to things. And so what we wanted to kind of pick Clare's brain on today is what she is seeing in terms of trends around AI at HubSpot and how those trends are applicable or really relevant for credit unions and community banks. So that's what I asked her to be on our podcast today. So I want, first of all, Clare, I want you to tell our listeners today, how is HubSpot implementing, like just in a nutshell, how is HubSpot implementing and using AI like high level in the tool? Because we're a HubSpot agency. Now, of course, there's lots of other great tools out there, but of course we love HubSpot. So how is AI front and center with the HubSpot tool right now?
Yeah, I think that HubSpot is ahead of the game. And I think that what we're realizing is that it's not a nice to have, but a need to have
Essential. Yeah.
Yes, essential for customers moving into this era. We call it the agentic customer platform. And we use this AI layer called Breeze. So there's two larger ways that we're using AI inside of HubSpot. Our Breeze Assistant, which is basically used to be called our co-pilot. It's, a chat style assistant across the entire CRM of HubSpot. It summarizes a member for you, basically, drafts a follow-up email, basically, for you.
Gotcha.
Show me X contacts in X segment. It shows your CRM data to you, which is, in real time, which is great. And it's right, inside wherever you are in HubSpot. We also have Breeze agents, which we like to call them, at least I like to think of them as like doers. It's not just your chatbot. So we have our customer agent, which is like your 24/7 concierge. We have your prospecting agent, which watches intent signals, researches accounts for you, can create sequences and multi-step outreaches for you. And then the data agent, which is a way that you can do bulk research and enrichment across your contacts and companies. So it's really taking the maybe mundane things that you do inside HubSpot or in your everyday work life that take hours and hours and hours and manual work, and making it faster, making it better because it has all this access to everything. And making you better and giving you that time back to be able to really make strategic decisions, data-driven decisions, and be able to be there for your members if we're talking credit unions or for your customers, for example. So really, truly, it's about a kind of a hybrid team. So humans plus AI.
Gotcha. So that's the key, right? The big key isn't like, it's not like AI is going to replace anybody in a sense. I mean, it's going to add efficiency. It's going to bring a little bit of scale to things that maybe wasn't there before. It might make you a little faster, might make your teams a little leaner, might bring a little bit more speed into the game. But you're not really, you're not adding necessarily, you're not going to be kind of taking people out of the equation. So you're really talking about hybrid teams. That's kind of how HubSpot is looking at AI in the equation. It's humans plus AI, right?
Exactly. It's your doers. It's an extension of you.
Okay. So what does that look like then for credit unions and community banks? Like if we're talking about, let's think about marketing or to start with. So the first thing that comes to mind for us is, say, applications like loan applications or applications to open an account for a credit union or a community bank. How could AI help with something like that? How does AI get in the mix with that? And it could be
Yeah,
with the HubSpot tool or maybe with any other tool. How does
right.
AI help with that?
I think a great way that AI could help with that is by using your workflows and your AI content to track people maybe who don't finish the your application,
Right.
and being able to kind of nudge them back into finishing that application with personalized content at scale that your AI agents are creating,
Yeah.
and being able to recover those abandoned apps. I think that's one way, especially for credit unions for application recovery.
Yeah. Yeah. And even personalizing that content for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to kind of figure out if they where on that journey or where on that application they fell off, and maybe changing the follow up messaging based on where in the application, if it was page one, page two, page three, where they
Yes.
fell off, so that you can actually really kind of nurture them back with something specific, or with something a little bit different that was very specific to where they fell off of that
Right.
application.
Because
Um,
I think now it's really all about personalization, but
yeah,
personalization at scale. So it
yeah,
would be so hard for someone to go in and identify, I mean, you could do it, but identify exactly where a potential member fell off on that application. With AI, you can create that workflow and send them that personalized email immediately.
sure. Now, onboarding, one of the other things we do for a lot of our clients is we onboard new members or new customers. And I know HubSpot has a lot of ways to use and leverage, and we are even using other tools as well to leverage AI in onboarding journeys. So how could you see AI helping with onboarding new members, new customers? And that's like our onboarding, sometimes our onboarding, digital onboarding campaigns can be like 6 months long. Digital
Right.
onboarding campaigns can be 6 months long. So how can we leverage AI in those?
Yeah, well, we can definitely segment for the different products of a specific onboarding of each of the credit unions and what product that customer is going after. But besides you just creating a workflow of a welcome, a digital banking setup, or a card activation email, we are using AI to be able to personalize that content and change that content, kind of what we were just talking about a second ago, based on where that potential member is, in their life stage, what generation they are, where they are in their buying journey, what product they're going after. So again, that personalization at scale is where we're really seeing AI help these
Yeah,
credit unions be able to access all of these different people.
yeah. And also just smarter emails that change based on what you know about people,
Yes,
in real time.
yes,
Personalize that cross selling. Make sure that you're not trying to tell somebody to activate a debit card if they've already activated that debit card. Make sure that
exactly,
you're not cross selling a product that they already have open, those kinds of things. So it's really
exactly.
real time knowledge, and then changing up that in those emails and those experiences in real time.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things actually that we do have it inside HubSpot is this kind of send time optimization. So using the data that you have, our AI tools are able to call out the right email for the right member at the right time. So again, feels super personalized, but you're doing it at scale, and you're accessing all of these different members, at the same time.
Yeah, the other thing that I really like about some of the AI features is, and again, we're in HubSpot, so that's the one that I kind of fall back on,
Yep.
but is member service stuff. Because with a lot of the chatbot and the live chat features, you can surface those, the AI tools that are built into live chat, and the chatbot will surface the most important, or the frequently asked questions, the answers to those really, really quickly, and
Yes.
keep people from going into the live chat or having to make phone calls into your call centers. And so it keeps those call centers and those actual human people open for the more in-depth member interactions, or the customer interactions that really need an actual live agent. And I know that that happens with HubSpot all the time.
Yep.
So you're
Yep.
asking a question on the HubSpot chat, and if it's an easy question, boom, you get an easy answer. But if it's a harder question, you get an actual person. So that's where you're talking about the hybrid model of a HI or an AI plus a human, right?
Yes, absolutely. And, everybody needs to reset their password. Everybody
Right,
wants to know, like, maybe where your ATM is located.
right,
And those are simple questions that our customer agent can answer.
right.
And it's always on. It's 24/7. And also you can connect it with, some of your socials as well as, a WhatsApp or kind of an SMS text message. I know I do love, a text message when I get a reminder for an appointment or something like that.
Yeah,
But to your point, it, it keeps those humans, those customer service or customer success employees open to really dive into complicated issues that your members might be having, that
yeah,
if you didn't solve it right away, you could potentially lose a member. So
yeah,
you're answering those tier one questions, easy, 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 but then the customer agent will also route it to a human to be able to dive into a little bit
yeah,
more of a strategic,
yeah.
answer.
So last thing that we were talking about that I wanted to make sure we touch on is that with the shift that we've seen with AI is the shift back to people when it comes
Yeah.
to content and the types of channels that brands are creating content on. And I am seeing this, we were talking about this, I am seeing this with our clients on
Yep.
social media and on different channels where our clients are coming to us and saying, hey, we want to get back to creating content that is on people driven channels. And
Yeah.
I recently heard this on a HubSpot call. Tell me about this on the HubSpot, from the HubSpot side of things, and how this is being driven from this AI and like kind of from this AI shift, in things.
Yeah. I really think it's so interesting because, um, people, AI is so um, technical sometimes. So because of AI, we're shifting back to humans, makes me very excited. But we're thinking a lot about short form and long form video and being able to reach your members in different forms, not just a single channel, but multi-channel. And that
Mm-hmm.
includes YouTube, that includes a Reddit page, that
Mm-hmm.
includes influencer marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
TikTok and
yes, TikTok.
Instagram and Reels and
Yes.
all these things. Yes.
Exactly, because a video shows a real human.
Right.
So it's someone that, you can trust because it's that human connection is there in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it connects people.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about before, but it's like that human emotion, which is
Yeah.
really exciting that we're bringing it back to that because you do have people who are using LLMs to go out there and search for information. So
Right.
if we can use humans, use influencers, use our TikTokers to be able to put content out there, that content will then show up in like an LLM search
Search
for that
results.
potential. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, going back to the top of what we were talking about, it's all about a hybrid situation. It's all
Right.
about AI plus humans and elevating the work that the human is doing. Um,
Yeah.
that's what I think it really is. So I'm excited
Yeah.
that it's kind of moving back towards social
Yeah. It's
media,
funny.
back towards video. Yeah, we were just talking about this. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's kind of this full circle thing where it's like
Yeah.
AI is coming in and helping things become more efficient, but then it's also driving people back to looking for people again.
Connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much, Claire. This has been really
Yeah.
useful. So
Thanks for having
I,
me.
yes, and hopefully we'll have you on the podcast again, maybe in a couple more months. So I hope this was useful for our listeners. If you're interested in learning more about credit unions and community bank marketing, please visit us at figrow.com. We have lots of other podcasts, blogs, case studies. So we would love to have you there. And otherwise, let's just all get out there and make it happen.